Welcome everybody to a live coding workshop in Hydra, featuring Naoto Hieda. And I'm Tobias. Next to me is Max standing. We are the duo Sylvester. Normally we make music, electronic music, but also reactive art, digital art, media art. And today we are at the City Leaks Urban Art Festival in Cologne, Ehrenfeld. And Max can say a sentence about our project All Your Base, which Naoto is using for this workshop, and then we will start instantly.
Yep, a warm welcome from me as well. I'm Max, and yeah, we built All Your Base that you already see there on stream. Also, like hello to the people on stream, on Facebook, on YouTube. All Your Base is already standing there. It's this beamer, projector, and a computer on a mobile base that you can basically move through the city. And the idea that we had was that you can come to a place and then change that place immediately. Like whatever you see, whatever was dark now becomes light, and you can give it colors, and you can immediately, like in minutes, basically change how something looks or how something appears. And this was the idea behind All Your Base. Important to us is to remind everybody that All Your Base is a commons project. So if you have ideas for using All Your Base for yourself, it is possible to give us a notice on www.allyourbase.art and send us a request, and we can consider like lending All Your Base to you for your project. Right at the moment, we are planning to lending it only in Germany, but we are also, of course, planning to sending it out of the country and all over the world if possible. So if you have ideas, you can always come to us and ask us about it. But now I want to say hi to Naoto Hieda and hand off the mic to him so that he can take over from now on and have a nice Hydra workshop, people, and have fun changing the space all around us.
Well, thank you for the introduction. I'm Naoto, and today we're going to do Hydra workshop. Okay, so I think you all got the email from Max and Tobias. And basically, we're going to code Hydra, which I don't know what's going to happen. You don't have to know coding. There are things I wanted to say before we start. There's actually this environment is super noisy. If you look at it, we're in this space facing the street, and also if you look up, it's directly underneath the train track. So we'll hear train passing by, cars passing by, people walking by. So maybe it's a bit noisy, and if you need to repeat or something, something is not clear, just feel free to write in the chat. And what else? That's one thing. The second thing is if you are sensitive to like flickering images, let me know, because I don't want something bad to happen. And with the coding, we'll do it like really trial and error. So it might become like flickering or something goes wrong and like images moving super fast. So give me a note, a shout on the chat if you have any concerns. And the last thing is, what was it? Oh yeah, we're going to use Google Chrome. So I think it was in the email, but if you haven't downloaded the browser, I think I would recommend not to do it right now, unless you're like really comfortable with it. But if you're really comfortable with it, probably you already have Google Chrome. So if you don't know what's happening, then just watch it, and it's going to be recorded. You can watch it on YouTube, like you can rewind, or you can watch it afterwards. So don't worry, and just enjoy. All right, so I'm going to switch to the material that I'm going to use today. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to do this way. And the link is already in the chat, so please open it on your browser. And first, go to the table of contents, and we'll start with what is Hydra. And before we start like coding, I'm going to talk about a little bit about the introduction. And Hydra is a live coding environment, which is spread all over the world. So we have translation in Spanish, English, Japanese. So if you speak Spanish or Japanese, you can press these buttons and then, yeah, you can read it in different languages. And I have to shout out, I should shout out to Flor. She's here today. Maybe you can say something because she's the one who originally made this material.
Okay, hi, hello everyone. Nice to meet you all. I'm here in Argentina. We've been working with Naoto, really kind of studying every day Hydra, and we made this material together for some workshops, and hope you like it. Thanks.
Thanks. So maybe I have some questions. If I'm stuck, I will ask Flor again, and she can answer my questions. Or yeah, like maybe, well, I don't want to put pressure, but maybe if you write, so for example, like if you have questions, you can just write in the chat and I can pick it up, or if I miss it, maybe someone else who already know it, Flor or someone can help you in the chat. So don't feel reluctant to write in the chat, like just use it freely. But please be careful. Everyone's seeing this chat, so please be respectful to each other. So Flor is the one who originally made this material. She's Hydra coder, and also I use Hydra, and I made this English translation, and today I'm giving this workshop. And I study at KHN, Academy of Media Arts Cologne, here in Cologne. So what is live coding? It's hard to say it. It's hard to explain it before like actually watching like videos of people live coding. But basically, what the idea is that like there's like DJ, like disc jockey or DJ, video jockey that's really popular in clubs. I mean, club without VJ or DJ. How does it work? Live coding is basically not replacing, but you go on the stage, and usually like you have these machines or computers or equipment to mix sounds or videos, but basically you do it with code, with the computer, which I know it's really like, if you never heard of it, it's like, what? So we'll see it, so don't worry. And the interesting thing about live coding is that it's really like spread all over the world. It's really still like a niche community, but Latin America, US, here in Europe also, there's like local communities. Sorry, the train's passing by. I'll wait a little bit. I think this is a bit long, so I think it's the RE train, I'm guessing. Maybe not. Okay, so there are some local communities here, not exactly in Cologne, but I know there's one in Düsseldorf. They have this live code community. There's also one in Berlin. So you might find something close to where you live. And TopLab is the organization, kind of the central organization who's running events. There are quite a lot of like live streams if you search live coding on, for example, YouTube, or I don't know, maybe they use Twitch, I don't know. But if you go on social media and look for live coding, probably you will find this TopLab, and that's like the organization most of the live coders are contributing, and you can find more on this link. And of course, that's not the only organization. Click is the one in Latin America. Also, there's a lot. Like I said, there's one in Düsseldorf. There's Okay, I'm back. So yeah, there's a lot of communities, and you can find it on social media, or there's Top Lab. If you go to Top Lab, there's like a community over there. You can join the forum, you can join the chat. So you can quickly find people doing it. And yeah, you can find friends everywhere. So why is it? Why there are communities? Because basically, we're rooted in open source community. So it's not like something that you buy the software and you try it by yourself, but there's a lot of people sharing their code in an open source way. So you can just download it, and it's not just free, but you can contribute, like suggest something, or you can share your code, and that's kind of the network that's accelerating this culture. And live coding, you can make images, you can make sound, you can make, I'm actually trying to do like live coding websites right now. But one of so live coding is like an umbrella, and there are a lot of different tools. And Hydra is the one we're gonna look into today. And it's made by Olivia. She's an amazing person. And you can find information here, but we'll go into there, so you don't have to click it right now, or you can click it and you can find her amazing projects here. She made Hydra, also Live Lab, and different kinds of web experiments. So what is it? Hydra it's strictly like not a programming language, but it's more like a library. Basically, it's built with JavaScript, and JavaScript is what people use it for creating like web interactive pages. And Hydra is using JavaScript to create images on the web. So it happens on the browser. And the good thing is that because it's using JavaScript and it's not like its own set of language, so you can use everything from JavaScript. You can use other libraries like P5.js, or you can embed it into web pages, or you can, do everything, anything you want. Or you can connect it to MIDI, OSC, these things that if you're already familiar with coding in like creative coding, for example, then you might find these words familiar. And it's keep evolving. Olivia is doing so many experiments, and community members are doing a lot of experiments to enhance, well, not enhance, but to make it more playful and more fun. And one of the ideas of Hydra or live coding in general is this kind of network that we have. And it's not just like a network in terms of like technical sense of network. I mean, we are here in Zoom as a kind of network, but also like, if you think about it, it's a network of, I don't know if you found it on the KHM, the school's network, or somewhere else. That's like a more abstract sense of network that we say like networking, like socializing in a way. So that's like, it happens in like different levels. It's technical. Also, like another way of using Hydra is to connect things. I skip it here, but like Flora was there earlier, but we do like a lot of experiments together sending videos to each other in real time and mixing things. We're in a separate place, but mixing images to play us in the same place, for example. So that's like different kind of network is happening. And also the important concept of Hydra is that we're many thinking heads. Hydra in the mythology, or this animal, basically we have like a lot of heads and that's also like connects to the network, but basically it's not like one person. Like Olivia is the one who started this, but and she's mainly adding the code base. But sometimes I also add things to it, or someone else make their own library for Hydra, and everyone's like contributing. And if I build something, it's not only for myself, but someone else like Floor can use it, or someone else can use it, and I take something from Floor and remix, and that's like the kind of the philosophy, or how to say it. Yeah, basically that's how we work together as a community. So that's like kind of conceptual level, and more like a practical, or what you would see in Hydra is images. And this is like the inspiration. Dan Sandin, he's doing this modular video synthesis by patching different modules together to make this kind of image you can see on the right. And also, like, there's a lot of video artists, John Whitney, or he's not there, but Namjoon Paik, these artists who used analog video synthesis. They're not like coding, but patching things together and experimenting with mixing videos, mixing synthesized videos and stuff to create new kind of image that we never seen. And that's what we do with Hydra. Yeah, I can just skip it. Okay, let's just go to the examples. And here, like at the end, if you scroll to the end, you can find different groups. Is it actually, am I in the way? Yes, I never thought about it, but please say it if you don't see anything, or if something is wrong, feel free to write in the chat. Okay, I shift myself a bit. So if you look at the end of the page, there are like relevant groups online where you can ask questions, and probably kind people will react to it. Oh, shoot. Yeah, in the projection. Yes. Sorry about that. I never used OBS in this way, so I totally forgot that the text was projected, but it was not streamed, so that's not bad. Okay. Which one is it? Which one do I want? This one I want. Okay. So, yes, so there are different groups. And if you go, for example, to this Hydra patterns, that's where I can explain it later, but basically people can contribute different code images that they created with Hydra, and it's going to be posted on this Twitter account. So maybe we can try it later and showcase what you made. All right. So we go back to the table of contents, and we start with chapter 1, sources. So basically the idea of Hydra is that, like, it's like actually patching that I said, as Dan Sandin or these artists. You have the video source and you patch it to different filters, color filters or geometry filters or modulators, and then it will be sent to the output. So we start with a very basic one. Here, it's just red color. And what I suggest you is to click, I'm in the way again. So I think I don't know how I do it. I put myself back here. And here, there's open in editor button. And it opens Hydra editor magically. And the code you can see here on the material page is already pasted here. That's really great. And it's just red color. And I think in my back, this color is projected, which is kind of nice already. And if Okay, let's start with something easy. So let's change one of the numbers. So there was 0.1. I change it to 1. And it doesn't have, nothing happens at the moment because editing, and then you have to confirm, you have to evaluate or execute this code to take it into effect. How you do it is this way. Let's say Control Shift Enter. Just hold Control Shift and press Enter, and it's going to evaluate the whole page. And now it becomes yellow. And if you know RGB colors, these three numbers represent from 0 to 1, red, green, and blue. So right now, let's just keep it super simple. If you say 0, 1, 0, then it's green color. And let's say if you 0, 1, 1, then it's another color. And yeah, like you can just like change colors. I'm going to just keep changing colors. And every time you just have to do Control Shift Enter to evaluate. And if you do like 0, 0, 0, it's black. It's not interesting, but something. And you can do like crazy numbers like this. Just try it. And it's actually, if it's bigger than 1, nothing's going to happen. I mean, it's the same as 1. Or you can do -1, which actually doesn't do anything. And of course, you can do like 0.5 to make it more like subtle changes in the color. Yeah, that's not interesting. Okay, so now we know how to show color with this solid. And solid is the name that comes from solid color. So in this image, you can see like it's just painted the whole screen with the same color, but we'll get into more interesting ones. Let's find more interesting ones. And yeah, we have solid. And after this, we have this dot. Dot is something that connects different things. And we just simply have out. So that's like output. So we say like we take the solid color with these RGB, red, green, blue numbers or parameters. And then we just like it's a like patching. So you have this solid module that you plug into the output and we get it. For example, if you forget this one, this still works, but you can evaluate and nothing's going to happen. But yeah, actually nothing is going to happen because you didn't connect it to the output. And what happens if there's something completely wrong in terms of like syntax error? Like if you make, so this is like this bracket that's missing at the end. What happens is that you see at the bottom, I hope it's, again, I'm in the way. I think I will shift myself a little bit up. If you have something really wrong, it's going to show this unexpected end of input. Or, for example, if I said instead of 0, I read dot, yeah, unexpected token dot, it's kind of red text. That's like an error that failed to execute the code because you were dealing with the machine. And unfortunately, there's always error that if you make something wrong. What I suggest is don't panic, just close the tab for today and then opening editor again. So it always works. Yeah, and you can play it again. And if you think, I like this color, I really like it, what I suggest for now is just copy it and paste it in a text editor or something so you can use it later. And for example, later, like if you, this is still valid, but this is still okay. I don't know, like if you mess up and it doesn't work anymore, you can still copy it from the text editor and fix it. Right. So the text floor for the comments. And again, if you have questions, feel free to write it in the chat. If it's like super urgent, you can unmute yourself and say it. I don't know if you can do it, but you can try. But yes, so there's a question. Why do browsers ask for mic permission? It's because we can play with sound audio reactivity. And that's something maybe I can demonstrate later. But basically, if you enable the sound input, and you can make something like audio reactive. I mean, of course, right now it's something I just typed something that's like doesn't probably make sense if you don't know it, but I'm just like trying to demonstrate. You don't have to know what is happening right now, but I just wanted to show that, for example, right now it's taking the sound from the microphone and modulating the color with the sound input, and that you can do like all these different things because it's made with JavaScript, and you can connect different libraries to Hydra. Okay, so that was a long introduction with the solid color. This one's a little bit more interesting. It's a gradient, and if you say gradient without any parameter, actually you can always, like, even with solid, you can always use it without any parameter. It just takes the default parameter, and default parameter of solid is black. And if you do gradient, it's more interesting. You see the gradient color, and this is optional, but if you take a parameter, let's say 1, that starts to change the color, and you already have the animation, which is really fun. And also, I would say, I said Control-Shift-Enter to evaluate the code, but what if like I have 2 different things? So I have solid color, and I want to use gradient color, but if I do Control-Shift-Enter, you cannot use the code again. In this case, you can do Control-Enter, and Control-Enter will only take that particular line and evaluate it. So if I move the cursor to gradient.out, it will do, and then Control-Enter, then it will show the gradient color in the canvas. And if you move the cursor to the bottom, solid out, then you can have solid color, which is actually super cool because I don't know, like, who's ever like excited about this, but if you have like different codes like this, and you can just move the cursor around and do the Control-Enter, you already have basically a VJ set. Like you can just like list your favorite colors. I don't know. And I'm not like joking. I mean, this is like a joke, but it's really cool because, for example, if you have like a wireless keyboard and like, you know, if you try to do it while you're like dancing or something, this is already something super fun to play with. There's always something in front of the code. What is something in front of the code? Sorry, there was a question in the chat. Something in front of the code. If you can elaborate a bit, that would be great. And one thing is that, yeah, I'm going to wait for the screenshot, but I will just keep, I will just continue. With this gradient out, you can make like super big number, but don't try it because then it will start like flicker super fast. I can just try with a gentle number like 3. Then you see that the color is like fading like much faster, and you can go faster and faster and faster. That's why I said if you're sensitive to photo image or photosensitive, then this might be not just annoying, but problematic. So yeah, that's why. But if you're not, and if you're courageous to try different numbers, you can always try.
Always go one below because the first one is blocked by something.
I see. Sorry about that. I think I did something wrong in the streaming. Yeah, this is better. Sorry about that. I'll try to shift the add the padding a little bit so that it's not going to be it's going to be visible. And now I shouldn't push this too far because then my image is in the way. I don't know where's the good place for myself. Maybe like this, and maybe make sure that the browser is like this. So accidentally I put it too high. Oh yeah, in the Zoom meeting. Yes. Now I see it. In the Zoom, there's overlay. So I try to, push it a little bit lower. Because thanks for the note. And yeah, it's important. Like if something goes wrong, please tell me. Okay, so now I have my VJ set with 3 different colors and 1 gradient, and I want to add something more to it. If you go back to the material page, this is more interesting. This time you can just open an editor. Yeah, let's just do it that way. I have this Voronoi, which is the name of the mathematician who found this geometry? Yeah, Voronoi. So it's a diagram, or like, anyways, it's a cool shape. And again, you can add number in there. If you make it super small, I mean, you can do 0, which is nothing. Well, it's just fading. 1, 2, or yeah, like even bigger numbers like this. You can play with it and see what's gonna happen. But basically, like how packed it is, that's what is changing. Always Control Enter or Control Shift Enter to apply, to evaluate the code. I close it. What else do we have? We have noise. Noise is something more like abstract, organic. Again, you can have 1 number here. Like it becomes like kind of blobby. And if you add more, if you increase the number more, then you'll see this really dense. This is like kind of the how do you say, sandstone. Another one is shape. If you're familiar with like this kind of coding, maybe it's sometimes it's called like n-gon. Like, anyways, basically this is something that you can make. If it's 3, it's triangle. 4 is rectangle. I mean, it's supposed to be square, depending on how the aspect ratio of your browser is. Yeah, you can make a shape. And nice thing, some tips. Some tips. If you make it super big, then it becomes close to a circle. And what if we do shape 2? Because in this space, we cannot have a shape with 2 corners, but in Hydra, it makes something like this, or even like 1. It does something. And 4.5. It's a bit ugly, but it still works. And the nice thing about Hydra is that it does something. I mean, if you have syntax error, then it will show this error, which is now not in my streaming. I feel that I should just make the whole window a little bit smaller so that you can see the whole thing. Well, kind of. I don't know what's the best. Maybe you don't have to see me that much. So I just put myself, push myself to the corner. And yeah, so if you have syntax error, then it's not gonna work. But as long as there's no syntax error, although this shape is like really weird number, it's, oh, I didn't know this actually. This is really cool. What happens if, yeah, minus is the same. But yeah, that's the nice thing about it, that there's always something happens. But this 1.5 was really cool. Yeah, that's nice. Should I like rotate? Sorry, I'm just started to be curious about what it is. But we'll get into it. Okay, we'll see it later. And one of the most important ones is the oscillator. If you, well, maybe you hate the sine cosine, but this is basically sine wave, and it looks nice. If you make it like lower number, like lower number like this, then I hit the insert key. I hate it. If you make it like this, it's like really slow. But if you make it large number, then whoa, actually the lights here, they are responding to the projection, and it's flickering like super fast now because there's a lot of like dense pattern in there. And actually, I was not hiding, but there are more parameters here. Second parameter is the speed. And if you make it like this, it goes faster and faster and faster with the bigger numbers. Or if you want to reverse it, you can have 0.1 negative, so it goes the other way around. And the last parameter, you can have third parameter, which is like a phase shift. I don't know, but it makes like the signals out of sync. And yeah, it looks more colorful, which I really like. And the lights are really nice with this. I mean, I think it's too fast, so I will decrease it a bit. But yeah, this is a nice one. I really like it. It's like annoying person. You know, I really like it. You should try it. But I will put it in the chat because I often start with this pattern, and it actually works nice with the lights. You can really see the lights reacting to the color and making like rainbow. It's not rainbow, but rainbow-ish pattern. The idea was like we have 1 hour for the first part, and of course, like obviously, like every time, we skip it. Every time 1 hour is like, of course, it's not enough. So we'll see. I mean, if you're lost, it's okay. I'll just try to show whatever. I went to the next page with the colors, and the first one is this. So last time we had this shape thingy, and of course, like I like this one, so I take this shape with 1.5. And what I'm going to do here is between shape and out, I will add something called color. Without any parameters. There's a bus. I should turn the camera to show you the bus. Without any parameter, nothing happens. But for example, if you do like, it's just like solid, but it comes in between and it changes the color. Or like a filter, if you think about the gel for theater lights, it's like gel. And you can filter colors, you can have like blue, shape, and yeah, and that's it. You can have different sources like oscillator if you like it. We'll make blue oscillator. Yeah. Or whatever you had in the past, or in the previous page, Voronoi, and you have like color, and you have, because this was boring, right? Like it's like grayish, and I hate this. I want to make it colorful. Well, this is not colorful, but I want color. Then you can have colored Voronoi pattern. That's good. You can, of course, use noise or gradient. With gradient, it's a bit weird, but you can try it. This one I showed you with oscillator, you can have the third parameter that makes it rainbowish. That's like two ways to work with colors. If you go back, of course, like with the gradient, it's already colored, so that's another color source. What if you do this? Yeah, this is a little bit boring. But yeah, you can do it like this. What happens if you have like solid red color and you say like color, this doesn't do anything? Yeah. It's actually like, it's a bit like, how do you say it? Color filter. I don't know what's a good analogy of this. Like if you use maybe Photoshop, maybe you can kind of have idea of like color channels and but yeah, just try it, and if it doesn't work, then probably that's not interesting. So you just try with like other sources, see what works and what doesn't work. Yeah, now I have red noise pattern, which is actually nice if it's projected. Right. And of course, like if you want to, if you have questions like, how can I do this? That's also, you can also write in the chat. Maybe I can answer, or Floor can answer. What's the favorite color, Floor? Like, how do you work with colors? Because this is kind of boring.
Well, I don't know. I'm not sure if I have a favorite color. Maybe it keeps on changing. Sometimes I like yellow, sometimes I like purple, but that's a good question. I like to create kind of chaos. I don't think very much about what color I want. I like to create chaos, and maybe sometimes I like to think about palettes, but yeah, it depends. Sometimes because my background is I study drawing, so I think a lot about painting or drawing when I use Hydra. So it's not so well. You have to use a lot of logic because you are adding or making kind of functions, creating functions. But
maybe there's something in the next page. Oh yeah, if you go to the material and table of contents, chapter 3, there's something about blending. And this is like, if you're familiar with like GIMP or Photoshop, it's probably really intuitive. But basically what happens is, let's say I start with this. No, I always start with this from now on. What if I make it like this? No, maybe it's better. And I don't like this color. So I have something, let's say like this, nicer, like my nails. I don't know if you can see it. Yes, okay. Sorry, I'm so distracted. I have this color, and I have another one, oscillator, which actually has very similar color. Yeah, Control Enter, and then, so this is already like oscillator with color filter, and it goes to output, maybe like this. And if you go back to the page, what it's going to do is you multiply these two different textures. So it's a little bit tricky than the last ones, because you chain them, oscillator, color. Well, let's not do the color. It's a little bit too long. I hate it. I mean, I like it, but it's a little bit too long. So we just start with shape and oscillator. Again, I do Control Enter, move the cursor and Control Enter, and then I'm going to do mult because it's a multiplication. And in here, I put shape 1.6, but without out, because I don't want to plug this directly into the output. But first, I put this chunk of code, so it's this part of the code, into the multiplier. And what happens is that these two images are multiplied, and you can see, how they say, only both images have quite, whatever, you get it. It's like masking. And there's a question in the chat, is there any kind of limit per line for the amount of functions you can chain together? Theoretically, no. I mean, well, theoretically, yes. You can chain a lot. You can go like crazier than this. Like you can do like color with this, and then I'm going to show you next one. I think in the material there must be something like blend. You can blend different textures. So now it's like the oscillator plus the last one with oscillator masked shape, and then you can have another multiplication with noise. Maybe noise is not good. Voronoi. And then you can go like crazy with chaining more and more. But depending on your computer, if you well, even if you have like super high-end computer, if you chain a lot, it will take some time to compile, or maybe the browser will crash. But today, I don't think we'll get there. Maybe in the jam. So we have 10 more minutes, or maybe I do it like 15 or 20 more minutes, and then we have a break, and then after that we'll play together online. How I'm going to show you later. But to get there, I want to cover like basics so we can code together. I like how all the trains have like really different sound. I'm hearing from the the top. Okay, there's another filter or blending. It's called diff. So I keep it simple. Oh, is it simple? Again, I have this oscillator and multiplies with shape. Now I try it with diff. Oops, what happened? It's a Japanese keyboard. And this is really, it's a simple filter, but it's funny because it makes like an optical illusion that it looks like a curvy texture, but it's not. So this is really nice. This is fun, especially when you have it with oscillator, the different shapes, something more like even with the rectangle, with the diff, it's really fun. And you can, of course, have oscillator with, so this is the same, but if you have 1.5 something, it makes a color difference. And then in the rectangle, the color is also shifted because of diff. It's much more fun than having this multiply diff for difference. It looks more complex. And of course, like we said, you can have mult with another shape or something like that. This is not good. Right? Yeah, you can combine things. And how come my circles are ovals? That's a good question. Because if you have a shape, as I said, like if I make a big number, then I said it's a circle, but it's not because of the browser. I'm not going to change the aspect ratio of the browser because that's going to screw the OBS settings. But basically, it's a bit lazy thing about Hydra that assumes that the frame is square. So if you stretch this frame, then everything will be stretched. And this is like nice thing and not nice thing. Like for example, like this is not. I don't like this. I don't want an egg, but I want a perfect circle. What you can do is I'm going to cover it in probably the next page, but there's a scale, and scale is so handy, but it's a bit tricky because the first parameter is the like magnifier, let's say. So if you make it super small, then you have like tiny dot. If you make it super big, it's not interesting. And then you can have second and third parameters. And the second one corresponds to this only like the x-axis. So if you have more like a stretched frame, then you can shrink this direction to make it look more like a circle. And the last one will stretch on the other side. So now it becomes more like an egg that's standing. I know it's confusing, but you can play with it. And yeah, just play with it. There's also like, if you're really into JavaScript, you can do something with window inner height divided by window inner width. You don't have to do it now, but this will make it perfect, quote unquote, circle. If you're interested, I mean, if you're already familiar with JavaScript, you can do these things by anonymous functions or whatever. But now, like in this tutorial, you don't have to do it. Anyways, so that's a little tip for scaling. And as I said, actually, that's already in the next page about the geometry. If you go to this page and scroll down, maybe we didn't add the scale. Yeah, but we didn't add it, but it's family of these functions. And this is actually super nice. Repeat. So without repeat, again, it's a circle. Well, let's say this is a circle. From now on, we think that this is a circle. And we say repeat 2 and 2. And it makes repeats the texture twice on the x-axis and y-axis. So you can make a dice with this. And let's say I only increase this one, then you can see that it just repeats twice on this direction. But for this direction, it's more packed. You can do like, what? That's weird. Oh, it's like a Moire kind of, no, aliasing? Yeah, that's really fun. Because it looks like it kind of, it's 1,000, but it's just 4, which is really fun. But probably it will look different on your browser because of the size, like the resolution is different. Anyways, and this is like already making something interesting. I never saw it. What if I do it with 1.5? Yeah, that's kind of, already have abstract art. I hate to say that. Sorry. Anyways, that's what I covered here. Also, there's scroll X and scroll X and scroll Y, which is basically scrolls the text, the image or the texture. This time I use shape 5, and then this is the default. But if you say scroll X 2.4, then it just shifts. And the nice thing is it wraps around. So I mean, it's nice and not nice. Sometimes you want them to go away, but unfortunately, it will always wrap around the edges. And the second parameter makes the animation. And if you make it super big, it will like go super fast. Yeah, that's really nice. Scroll Y is the same idea, but on the vertical direction. And you can always have both animated and yeah, this is something. And of course, you can, play with the repeat and stuff like that. And I think what's interesting, I put repeat here. And now it looks like, well, you probably imagined something like this would happen because it's just repeated thing that moves. Scroll is not a function. Well, there's a comment in the chat that scroll is not a function. Maybe you just started with scroll like this, folks. This wouldn't work because scroll is something that, it is case sensitive, of course, yes. So you always have to start with something, like a generator, and then connect to the scroll. Whoa, okay. And it's case sensitive, so if you do scroll like this, then it's not a function. And yeah, this wouldn't work. You always have to have a generator and scroll. Okay, so go back to this. I mean, you can try whatever. I can post it in the chat, something like this, and then if you put repeat after this, then is it different? No, it's the same, but it's slower actually than the last time. So actually, the order of putting things sometimes matters. Like color doesn't matter. If you put color here or you put color later, it doesn't matter. But like repeat and scroll sometimes matters. But you just try it. And I mean, the nice thing is like you don't have to understand everything. You just try it, and if you like it, that's good. Okay. So I close the tab. And I think one of the most interesting ones, everything is interesting, but like super quick thing is this kaleidoscope effect. It's spelled kaleid, not kaleido, but kaleid. And this makes a kaleidoscopic effect. With oscillator, it works super nice. If you put like 2, then it like makes the mirrored effect. And if you make it super big, it becomes circle-ish. Of course, it doesn't have to be oscillator, it can be shape, but probably this is not interesting. Nothing happens. Nothing happens, then probably I should look for something else. Well, maybe this one. Sorry. Yeah, shape becomes a circle. Okay. Then what do we do now? We go back to the material. Did we cover everything? No, there's this images. Okay, Flor.
Hey, I'm back. I lost my internet connection.
Oh, okay. Sorry, what did you share?
Just a sketch based on what you teach today.
Oh, nice. So you have the gradient and repeat and scroll and mount and okay, so like you put like everything from that, and it makes super nice. Yes. Okay, so I close this. The code is if you click on the link that Flor shared, you will see it on the browser. Okay, and where should we go? Yeah, images. The last one is images, and you can load images. It's not super easy because of some restrictions of the web, so that you cannot take any image. But basically, yeah, I wouldn't explain much. You can just like change numbers and do Control Enter, and then you can see something happen. There's like a lot of things that I didn't explain in this code, but what I would suggest is just go to this page with the images, and then you can scroll, and then if you like something, I like this one, so I will open an editor and then try to like change some parameters, maybe collate 4, that does something, maybe scale 1, and then the color is a little bit dark, so maybe I do like color 2, 1, 2 or something. So it adds a little bit of color to it, or maybe reduce this so it becomes purplish. Cool. And of course, like I can add more collate something, or I like scroll X, and yeah, the case sensitive, it's actually important. Scroll X is the X is capital, which is a little bit confusing. It might be, but if you have like errors, and if you think, well, if something doesn't work, just put it in the chat so we can find what's causing that error. Yeah, so that's kind of the, like we just run to the end of the material. That of course I think there's like a lot of things that were missing, and actually I didn't prepare the link, but there is, oh yeah, this one. If you go to this one, I'll go back to, oh yeah, sorry, I didn't answer the question, but I just put it in the chat, the link to this Hydra functions. That is like super useful, that Olivia made. If you click on different functions, you can find examples, and also, yeah, like for example, this one, you have like 2 examples. So if you're curious about what you can do with div, then you can just click on div, and then there's already an example that you can try in your editor. And actually, this is already showing the result of it. Well, or something that we didn't cover, like pixelate. It's just a pixelation effect that shows how you can use it. And yes, oscillator, I think Flor already answered, but yes, you can rotate the oscillator. The only thing with, well, yeah, something to note about the oscillator, no, the rotate, is that it's not degrees, so it's not like 360 degrees, but it's radians. So that's why, but you know, you can just try different numbers and see what works and what doesn't work. And yeah, if you know JavaScript, you can probably guess that there's math.pi is the math.pi is what, 1 radian? Is pi 1 radian? I don't know. Anyways, you can no, pi is not 1 radian. Pi radian is 180 degrees. Anyways, you can try with that. But if you don't know, you can just like try different numbers like 1.2 or something, and then 1.3, and you can see it's gradually moving. And the second parameter of rotate is animation, just like scroll X or scroll Y. So it starts to rotate, and you can do it with oscillator, or you can do it with the shape, which is kind of nice. Somebody tell me. Yeah, radians are, well, radians are not hard, but anyways. You hear it? Okay, that's radians. No, that's rotate. Don't think about radians. You don't have to know it. You just try different numbers and it's gonna work. Great. So we take a break now, I think, and you can go to the bathroom. You can have tea, or well, they're taking photos. So I think I should make something nicer to the photo. I'll just put it back to what I had before. Okay, so city. Okay, great. So this is like the, let's say my idle screen right now, which is, again, it's a bit of, bit longer chunk of code, but it's just a combination of things that, well, mostly the combination of things that talked about. And how long is the break? Let's say, oh, okay, let's not do the break right now, but we go to the jam session, and whenever you want to have a break, you can just go. But I will be here and I will be jamming, or if you have questions, I can answer to the questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a link to this. Does it actually work? I need to find my nickname. Maybe this one. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I leave this link in the chat. And what happens here is you can go there and you can set your name. While you're doing it, I will prepare some code inside.
Hey, now I don't know if you already told the people about the different buffers.
Yeah, so I'm going to say it right now because
okay,
that's
sorry.
No, it's okay. So that's exactly what I have to say right now. So we were just playing with this out without anything in the bracket, but now we're going to put something inside to say that this noise will go to out O3, and that O3 is plugged into this bottom right part of the screen, and then O2 is top right, although the number here doesn't correspond, so it's a bit confusing. But anyways, you can join here in the link, and it's gonna be projected in the back, and I will leave my camera like super big. Like, is this good? No, we're gonna do it this way, I think, something like that. Yes, and you can see what's happening on your screen, and also on the Zoom screen, you can see what's happening on site. And yeah, just come to the link and try it. Basically, you just modify the code and again, Control Enter to evaluate whenever you change the code. Yeah, and then we can leave it. We can play it for some time. And if you have questions, you can type it in the chat, or you can say it now, because now it's, I would say it like, I would say this is more open session right now. But no, you shouldn't show me, but you should show the background. Anyways, so yeah, please have fun, and you can have break and come back. You won't miss anything, so don't worry. And yeah, let's have fun. Wow, there's like a weird, someone with a really weird nickname, which was really fun. Yeah. So yeah, let's play with it. Thank you for being here. And I mean, yeah, it's not the end. So we won't have, we won't clap. But yeah, if you have questions, just say it or write it. And I'm here watching people coding. Happy coding. No, I'm not showing my camera here. Happy coding.
Mach ich kurz.
So thank you very much, Naoto, for this workshop and introduction. And yeah, if you want to take a break, feel free to just leave and come back. This session will be open, and feel free to start coding together and jam and explore Hydra together. We will stay here, and everything you code will be visible in Cologne, Ehrenfeld, in the Bahnbögen live projected as you see it in the stream right now. Thank you very much again. We will say thank you at the end of the day. And now, happy coding, and I will quit my video again. If you have any questions, feel free to open your mic, talk to each other, and of course, we monitor the chat, and feel free to post there.
Yeah, and thank you for having me for this opportunity. And yeah, well, I'm not in the frame again, but I try. Yeah, just if you want to say something, and I think you can open the mic if you want. I think it might be a mess, but I think it's okay. And someone's like already coding a lot, but not evaluated. Wow.
Awesome. It's starting to work. So nice to see actually your code being realized here and happening in real time.
By the way, there's a bug that if someone writes like really long code, maybe some things start to disappear. So you have to hit Control dash a lot to make the font smaller so that it starts to reappear. But this is a little bit too packed right now. I don't know. Well, yeah, what I didn't explain is if you have like how do you say it, like new line here, it's also okay. On Flock, you can do Control Enter, and it will still evaluate the whole chunk of code. So we'll see. Does it actually work with Control Shift as well? No, you always have to do Control Enter. Okay. I'm not seeing anything on the top left. Oh, there's something. I can intervene and fix stuff. Oh, that's super fast. That's too fast. Is it better like if I keep talking, or should I shut up and people concentrate on coding? I'm just wondering. Yeah, the only thing is like, if you're working on no, you didn't interrupt, but it's nice if you do it like this way, so that so you have like basically 4 parts of the screen, and the first, like this top left, if we use 0, then the editor corresponds to the image. I think it's working fine, so just keep it this way. And of course, like there are more than 4 people. Maybe I just open another one if there are more people, because right now maybe people are like overwriting each other. So I prepare another room that you can join. Please be careful when you're crossing the street. So I prepared another one where you can join. If the other one is too crowded, you can join the other one. If you feel that you don't have any space to write code, just join the second one that I just posted, and you can code there. And I'll try to make that window projected as well, if there's anyone joining. Yeah, thank you for joining. And I'm gonna be coding on the second link, I think. Now everything is projected, so it's a little bit busy on the projection, but I think it's nice too. And also, like, we put our contacts in the page on the top page, so you can find my contact, or you can find Floor's contact, and just feel free to write to us if you have questions, or if you have questions, or if you made something cool. Oh yeah, and I think there's another thing that I wanted to share. That is, if you're on this Hydra page, not the Flock page, but the Hydra page. I just do it this way. Okay. Sorry to distract you again, but like the original editor. And if you think this is like, I wanted to share this on the Twitter, click on this button, the top bar, second from the left, upload to gallery. And then you can say your name. If you have Twitter account, you can say your name here with @ but for now I don't have it, so I just say what is it? All your base workshop, and then if you post it, it will be uploaded on their Twitter account, Hydra patterns, it will show up here. I put the link there as well. And not just the image, but if you click on this link, you can recover the sketch. So that's a little tip. Or if I like this one, I just again press the button here. I have to find the best snapshot, and then it will appear on this page. Oh, this was not great, but anyways, little thing. If you missed it, that's okay. Or you can ask me if you wanna how to share. Also, like I think Floor said in the chat, but if you do Control Shift Enter in the original editor and not in the which one block that we were playing right now. Here, if you do Control Shift Enter, then this makes like super long link here. And if you just like copy it and save it somewhere and go to that link again, then it will revive the same sketch. So there are like different ways to share code. So and the code line is gone somehow in the first block. I think the code is getting too long, and you have to add somewhere like new lines. Is it better now? Yeah. So you can just like keep adding code to it, but it's better if you can add new lines sometimes. Otherwise, block just disappears. That's just a bug in the flock. Yes, the audio interactivity is something that I didn't say. I did say at first. I just assumed that you already know JavaScript a bit. I'll give you a code that does, like I showed in the beginning, that does audio reactive. The only thing is that it has this weird parenthesis equal something something a.fft. This whole chunk is needed for audio reactive. It's a bit lengthy, but because of some limitations of JavaScript, it has to be that long. Yeah, and maybe we can, we shouldn't use the image for now because it seems like it's like super long and getting into the way. So maybe we just try, I don't know, someone's trying to add image, but maybe we go without an image. And if you want to play with it, you can also always like play with it on your browser, on your editor. So there's a super tricky thing with the image. I think you can, it does support different formats, but there's a problem with the browser that you cannot just access any image on the web. And if you want to work with it, I would suggest going to this page image db upload, and there you can upload image, and once you upload image, just right click on the thumbnail, and then you can retrieve the image URL. And there it's more, how do I say, there's more success rate. It doesn't work from any source, actually. But that's like a limitation. It's not from Hydra, but it's a limitation with the browser.
Als der Strom aufgeht.
Ich kann nur Co-Hosts machen, ich kann neue Hosts machen, weil sowieso KM-Server läuft.
Dann braucht wie viel Strom?
Super, kannst du noch was machen. Das ist recht gut bis zum Schluss. no one's holding anymore. I don't know. But maybe when it goes. Sorry. Okay. I thought like maybe no one's holding anymore, so maybe we go like this. Actually, someone's holding. Nice to keep it open. Yeah, that's only one basically. Suggestion.
So we say goodbye and
Yeah, he says like.
Machst du mal einen Shoutout für die Base?
Yo! So everybody, it's Tobias and Max again. I just turn over the laptop a little bit. Thank you very much, Naoto. I just waved to him over there. We're just standing on the other sides of the arch, but he's coming. Thank you very much for the great workshop. And there he is. And thank you, all of you, for joining and contributing those really beautiful sketches and images and animations to this, yeah, ugly and cold and gray arch. Yeah, see you next time. Enjoy Hydra. And a little last shout out, there's Max again, to All Your Base, which is basically the project Max and me are running and Naoto used for this workshop, and you can also use for yourself. I think Max is typing the link again in the chat. And yeah, what else to say? Thanks. We are part of City League's Urban Art Festival with this workshop right now, so feel free to watch their schedule, what else is happening within the last month. And Max is opening something.
My microphone is not working, so...
His microphone is not working, so I will talk for him. Yeah, basically, last thing to say, All Your Base. This project was made possible by our project partners of Urbanana and Köln Tourismus, Visit Cologne, Visit NRW. We got some support from Zipgate for internet connection, very good, so we can stream. And yeah, City Leagues Festival is our partner for this whole setting up everything here and the whole project. Max,
and I would just
speak
into Toby's mind right here. Sorry, we're both tested, so we have our distance, of course. Just a quick reminder, if you want to work with All Your Base, you can basically do that. And go to www.allyourbase.art and have the chance to send us a message, send us an idea what you want to use All Your Base for. So all the lighting equipment, the projector, the computer, we have a sound stream that we can set up for you so people can join with their phones and listen to the audio streams. It is basically a platform of art to make your art possible, your digital art possible in the free world, in the urban world, like wherever you have an electric source. Right now, at the moment, we are looking into options of buying or getting hold of electric generator. So if you know anybody that wants to give away a cheap, very powerful electric generator, just give us a call. And thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for the people in stream, on Facebook and everywhere. But also thank you so much for the people that actually joined here in the Zoom meeting and that were coding away on our wall here in Cologne. We will still keep the stream open. We will keep the mic open so you hear a little bit the vibe. You will hear when the train is passing by. You will hear if people are honking because there are still people walking over the street. We will keep this open, but we will not maintain it. We will get drunk now. So have a nice evening. Thank you very much and have fun, everybody. Thank you.
Und er hat keine Anstalt gemacht, irgendwie. Auf der Schlafcouch.
How many Hydra robots how many Hydra pros were in the workshop? Now relax. There is something about yes, you put some of them work, right? But the thing is, I put it quite blindly. Just put it towards people, so you find like line triangle lines or two lines, but then you let's break it down. And the other there's another here. No, this would be actually, this is one of the things that we try to make this acceptable, like a little work from whenever. Always webcam that you can see there. It could be helpful though if you we set up like a key camera that I told you from. That if you are coming in another, it's like a headset for home. Like a headset suit, she comes on, everybody's watching it, I'm watching it. But yeah, like, this is like so helpful that it's like, but by the way, boss of her, not boss, but the woman that actually gave us money. Okay. And she says like they enjoyed it very much, and they wanted to invite us to make something on their wall.
On their what?
On their wall.
On the wall. What wall is it?
The project from the building on the side of the country. I don't know where. Oh yeah, it's in the middle of the city. So we will probably get some more beamers, and then you can set up maybe a Hydra event. Just invite people to work on those.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how is the take this space.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Anders, jetzt rüber. And then he said there's a talk about. Then it might show something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I remember the whole thing on the
Bye.
Naoto, you want to say goodbye?
It's your chance. Say goodbye. Thank you.